Welcome back to Please Order by Number. Today we'll be making the Japanese street food Yakitori, one of my favorites. Here's what we need to begin.
A chicken, knives, and a cutting board, a 13x9 glass pan and skewers that will fit across the width, tare sauce, a brush and a small glass bowl, and kosher salt.
So now we're just going to break down our chicken into multiple pieces, and we're going to save the skin and divide it into dark meat, light meat, and so forth. So after we get done with that, we'll show you what to do next. Alright, so we just broke down our whole chicken. We broke it down into the skin, thighs and legs, breast, the wings, and took all the innards out of the outside of it. Now this is basically the reason we were using the whole chicken, so that we get a variety of chicken pieces, which are all traditionally used in yakitori in Japan. So today we're just going to stick with the white meat breasts, dark meat thighs and legs, and the skin. So we're just going to cut those down into about 1-inch cubes or a little bit smaller than that. And cut our skin down into like just a nice long ribbon, a few ribbons that would skewer it nicely. So we're just going to get that all prepared down, and then we'll be right back to show you how to put it onto the skewer and to cook it. Alright, so now we have the 3 different types of yakitori that we'll be making today. We have our white meat from the breast, our dark meat from the thighs and legs, and our skin. So what we prepared earlier was we soaked all these skewers in water for about 20 minutes to a half hour, and that makes it so they won't burn as much when they're inside of the oven. So we're just going to take 2 skewers and keep them parallel to each other, and just take our first cube of meat and just hold them parallel and just skewer through 2 holes inside the piece of meat, and just bring it down towards the end, leaving about 1 inch or so hanging off. And just keep on doing that until you fill the whole skewer up. After we've got all our meat onto the skewers, we're going to move on to the skin. Similarly, we're going to use 2 skewers, and we're going to just take a piece of skin out, and just when it's on the cutting board, just use some muscle and get 2 holes into there. It can be quite difficult, so you might need to go through your skewers and try to find the sharpest 2 you can find, but it will work. There we go, we got 2 on, and then we're just going to alternate. Just do the same thing. Get 2 more holes in there, and just do it again until you get a whole piece of skin on there, and just do that until these are as full as your meat skewers. Now that we've got our meat onto the skewers, we're now ready to cook them. So what we've done is put them across a 9x13 baking dish that has a little bit of water in the bottom of it to make our cleanup easier at the end. We're going to broil these, and the first thing we'll do is turn our broiler on, and then position the rack in the oven so that this pan and the rack position the meat about 3 inches from the broiling element. The next thing we're going to do is to season our meat. We're either going to season it with kosher salt, which is a traditional seasoning, or tare sauce, which is another traditional seasoning. It's sort of a sweetened, thickened soy sauce, and you can see us make this in another one of our videos. To apply our tare sauce, we're going to take one of our skewers, place it in a bowl, and then just drizzle our tare sauce down the side of it. And the reason we're doing this in a bowl is so we can let any drippings fall to the bottom and just use a brush just to really apply that around. Then just turn it around, just do the same. You might have to apply some more tare sauce. Be careful not to touch your applicator to the raw meat so that you can don't contaminate your tare sauce for future use. So just get a nice coating there, and just do this with all the ones that you want to flavor with tare. Now that we've got our yakitori seasoned, we're going to put them into the broiler. We're going to watch those and cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes for the first side until it just starts to caramelize. I took these out so we could take a look, And they're all nicely caramelized, and we're just going to flip them all over. And this is the reason we're using 2 skewers, so that they'll stay on one side. And then we're just going to reapply our tare sauce to get a little more flavor on there. And put it back in the oven for another 2 to 3 minutes. I took them out again. This is after the second 3 minutes, 1 per each side. And they still look a little undercooked. So we're just going to apply some more tare sauce, flip them over, and put them in for 1 or 2 minutes per side until we think they're done. After about a minute more on each side, our yakitori completed cooking, and here they are. So for these recipes and many more, visit us on pleaseorderbynumber.com. Itadakimasu.